Dude, I got an angle! Yeah, it's time for a Flash Friday feature. Welcome back, I'm Tony. Today is Friday, so I figured why not do a quick Flash Friday feature. This is not a review, it's more of a show and tell. So if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I love my electronics, I'm a geek, but you know, one of my longest loves that goes all the way back to like 7, 8 years old is playing guitar. I just got a custom Kiesel guitar that is, oh my God, this thing is it's drool worthy, absolutely. She's beautiful and I named her Misty because she's green and blue, UFO, and love to love, Misty, green and blue, yeah, you get all that. If you haven't seen my unboxing video for that's popping up right here. So back in the 80s, I was lucky enough to get myself a Marshall half stack. That was just my dream, like have a Marshall half stack, right? I played it for many years. I couldn't afford to get the full tube head, and I've never owned a tube head. The one that I have and I still have is a Marshall Lead 100 MOSFET, so it's a solid state amp. I've had it since like 1984, when I got that Explorer right there at about the same time. It definitely served me well over the years, but in the last few years, the pots have gotten real scratchy. It's just real sketchy. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm sure I could get it repaired, but I started looking at other amps, and ENGL amps just, oh my God, I was just like German engineering. They look awesome. They're just fat tube heads, and those 6L6 tubes are awesome. So yeah, I decided to go for the lunchbox style Fireball 25. I gotta tell you, when I first thought 25 watts, that doesn't seem like, I'm gonna tell you, in my house, I can only have it on 1 watt because it has an attenuator on the back of it where you can choose, so you can get the full power of it, but at lower volumes. Yeah, well, I put it up on 25 watts and this thing cranks, especially through a 412 cab like this Marshall. And I want to say this right off the bat, sincerely, Sweetwater, and I'm not paid for this or anything, this is not a paid promo. I buy most of my stuff from Sweetwater because we don't have any music stores around here in the first place, and I always trust them for shipping and everything else, especially in this case. The first one that I got, it died after a day. I had only plugged it in and used it one day. Next day I went to use it, and while everything lit up inside there, I couldn't get any audio out of it unless it was all the way cranked up and I could barely hear it. So I called Sweetwater. I talked to Luke in their service department, and he was like, no problem, dude. You've only owned this thing for a few days. We're going to send you a new one. I said, does that mean I got to send this back and wait for you to get it for you to send me the new one? He said, absolutely not. We're going to send you the new one. There'll be a shipping label inside. Just slap that on the box, put your old one in there, and send it back to us. Dude, that's awesome. So big shout out to Sweetwater and Luke for helping me out with that. Of course, everybody has their own salesperson. Mine is Steven, but Luke helped me out with this part of it. Like I said, this isn't a review. It's just a Flash Friday feature. I'm still kind of getting my legs with this thing. It's been a while since I played with a nice loud amp with a 412 cab, so I'm getting used to that. Plus, it's a brand new amp to me, and I'm trying to dial in my sound and everything. But I thought I would share it with you today, show you what was inside the box. We'll do a little bit of playing and wrap it all up. All right, sorry, but I'm just too excited to get the whole microphone stuff out and everything. I just want to open this thing up and see what we've got. Oh, man. Yeah. When it's from Sweetwater, you always know that you're gonna get some candy. Oh, man, they know me. Smarties, Laffy Taffy, bit of honey. That's perfect. All right, and one thing that I love about Sweetwater is that, first of all, I get a free 2-year warranty on everything, and they send you a nice little card in here with the Sweetwater sticker. Tells you everything about their warranty and the Sweetwater difference and all that. And pretty much anything that I've ordered online, I've ordered from Sweetwater, so that's my go-to place, man. Hey, got your power cable. That's necessary, isn't it? First of all, I'm going to say that they pack these things very nicely. I was thinking about this. I was like, this is going to get shipped, and it's a tube head. Things banging around and stuff, but there's foam all the way around it, so that's great. Of course, we've got our manual. That's always a good thing, and some stickers. All right, you ready? Look at that. Oh, man, that is nice. Ooh, yeah. She's a little bit heavy. I'm kind of surprised at the weight of it, but it is a wooden closure, so, man, this is nice. Now, of course, I'm using my beautiful Kiesel named Misty. Oh, yes. Now, while I've been playing since I was a kid, I haven't really filmed a lot of my guitar stuff, at least not in this kind of a context. So I'm still trying to figure out my microphone situation, my camera situation, and all that. But I had to share. So this is the little beauty right here, Fireball 25. It's real simple. You've got a clean gain right here, a lead gain right here. You've got bass, middle, treble, and lead volume. You've got a mid boost right here, a clean and lead right here, so you switch between clean and lead channels. Got a master volume right here and a presence control right here. There's also a standby because, you know, sometimes you just want to put it on standby. Let the tube stay warm and change out my guitars, or, you know, go to the bathroom, take a break, something like that. And your power button right here. Input over here, obviously. They've got the tubes lit on the inside red, and it looks really, really cool. Let me put the guitar down for just a second here. Now I do have some pedals. As a matter of fact, I just got this Tube Screamer Mini. I will be doing some videos with that later on. Like I said, I'm trying to dial in my sound on this, and I think the best thing for me to do is learn the amp without any effects at first, all right? So that's what I'm doing. Turn this around here real quick. We've got a noise gate right here, and the noise gate I've got pretty much all the way to max. There's only a little bit left of that to turn. You've got your send and return for FX loop. There's also your foot switch controls over here, a line output at 0 dB, and we've also got our speaker plugs right here. So this is what I was talking about, power soak. This is an attenuator. So right now I've got it on low power, which is basically 1 watt. Mid power I think is 5 watts, and then full power is 25 watts. And this thing is loud because right now, let me turn this back around. The master volume is only on about 1. Okay, so wow. And I mean, it's loud. Let's go ahead and try it out. Yeah, man, that is nice. But you know, it's not just about the lead on here. We'll put the clean channel on here. And it does really good with that too. But if we turn the clean gain up, then we get that AC/DC sound. Yeah, I mean, it's nice. And then we're going to go back to the clean, we're going to go back to the lead, and we've got a mid boost here. And put that mid boost on. Well, let's just show, I'll play a lick here. And then we'll throw the mid boost on. Yeah, man. Oh, this is nice. You know, I'm really going to be digging into this thing, and oh boy. Now, when I was doing that clean gain was almost all the way up. This is, we'll just turn it down a little bit, about 1 o'clock. Now that was with the mid boost on the clean. Let's go back to clean and lead. Now that was, again, that's just on 1 with the lowest on the power soak. So power soak basically allows you to get that full power out of the tubes at lower volumes. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna turn that up. That is a big, big difference between the 1 and 25 watts. And that's 25 watts on volume number 1 on the master. This thing is loud. And of course, I can turn it all the way down to 0. And there's nothing coming out, and that's so that you could actually use this amp in, you know, like a recording situation. Say it was late at night, I don't want the amp to be on. I could turn it all the way off as far as the output goes to the speakers, and still have output for my, you know, for my DAW, my DAW. Of course, you've also got a 3-part EQ here, your lead volume, there's more to it. I'm gonna really learn this amp a lot more, and then I'll do some more demo stuff. Today I just wanted to share with you my excitement, my jubilance over grabbing the ENGL amp, and this is a nice one, ENGL Fireball 25. German engineering. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked. And again, that experience with Sweetwater was awesome. You imagine the disappointment after you spend all this time. I researched all these different amps. I'm looking at Friedman. I'm looking, my nephew is, he's a pro at all this stuff. And he's the one that was recommending amps. And I was like, dude, man, this Fireball 25 looks pretty good. He goes, dude, that's a rockin' amp. So pretty stoked. I've got my Kiesel, Misty. Oh, I did want to do this. This guitar is named Misty because Misty Green and Blue from the song Love to Love from UFO. And I did learn one of the leads from that. Anyways, there we go. So that's really it. It's just a Flash Friday feature. I just want to do a little show and tell. Love this amp. Like I said, I'm going to really dig into this and dial in my tone, and then I'll share with you what I've come up with and also some of the effects that I've got for it. I have a looper, a triple looper from Donner. I've got the Tube Screamer Mini, and I've also got the drop pedal, that's a lot of fun too. So I'm used to playing with these small amps, like my little practice amps. I've got my Spark and my Spark Mini, plus I've got a couple Fender amps and stuff. And, I just haven't played on these loud speakers for a while, a power amp. And well, there is a difference because your sloppiness and your mistakes are much more noticeable on something like this. So I'm going to bone up a little bit. But that's it for this Friday. And I just want to thank you so much for your support on the channel. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, there is a red subscribe button down there and notification bell. Click both of those. You'll get notifications when I upload new videos. And we'll catch you next time on the Vapor Trail channel.